That's all I want to do. I just want to, like, go and dance somewhere and not be bothered.
I just want to dance.
I just want to have, like, we just want to dance, all right?
Welcome to Our Life in Books, where we talk about our lives, books, and everything in between. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Samantha, and we're cousins. Yay! Grab yourself some tea and get cozy, because this week it's another episode of Tea Chat.
Yay!
Oh, and we have some new tea.
Yes.
Elizabeth's new Adagio tea.
It's new as in I bought a new pouch, but I went through a whole pouch of this.
So it's new to me.
Yeah. So it's the TARDIS blend on Adagio, but there is quite a few different TARDIS blends. So this one was blended by Cara McGee, and she has her artwork on there. She's got a lot of artwork and blends on Adagio. I love her stuff so much.
It's cute.
But this blend has Earl Grey Bravo, blackberry, and vanilla.
It's
so good.
I'm usually not a big fan of Earl Grey, but I really like this.
I know I didn't tell you until after we had it. And I was like, do you like it?
She's like, I got something to tell you about that tea. Do you like it? And I was like, what'd you do? What'd you do to my tea? It's like chamomile tea and I just fall asleep.
Creepy.
That got dark. All right. Good beginning tea chats. What are you reading this week?
So I've talked about this like throughout the whole month because this is my romance read. But I'm finally reading The Beast's Heart by Leife Shallcross. It's really good. Like, I don't think I've ever said this about a book before, but it's like enchanting.
Okay.
Like the prose, like the way it's written is so different from what I've read, especially recently. And it reads like a classic, like an old classic.
Oh, okay.
Like, the way it's written. But so it's about, it's told from the beast's point of view. He was cursed, and he's been a beast for so long, like he doesn't really remember being a man.
Oh, okay.
And he's been, like, he's got his forest, and he's been running the forest as a beast for so long. And at one point he sees, like, a woman who's kind of like ghostly, and he follows her, and she leads him to his old, like, house and his old manor or whatever, because it's this giant mansion. And so that's when he goes inside and kind of starts remembering things from when he used to be a man. And, like, he decides he's going to force himself to start walking upright again so he can, like, be more of a man and, like, try reading some of the books. And so he's, like, you know, becoming a person again.
So okay, his point of view.
And so, like, his magic, he can feel everything that's going on in the forest. And so he notices one day a guy is walking into his forest, and no one has done this in a really long time because everyone's scared of the beast. So this guy's in his forest, and he decides to help him. He leads him to his house, and, like, the house is enchanted. It's got like servants that you can't see that do everything. So kind of like in the cartoon, the Disney cartoon, how all the furniture comes to life and does stuff.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's invisible servants.
Okay.
And so stuff just like food appears on the table, and, like, every time he wants something or needs something, it's just there. So he leads this guy to the mansion, but he stays hidden, and he feeds the guy and lets him sleep and gives him a warm place to stay. And so the guy lives.
Yeah.
And the beast, when the guy goes to sleep, the beast can see his dreams. And so he sees that he's got 3 daughters, and he tells him in the morning that he has to bring him his youngest daughter because he just wants companionship. He just wants another person to be around. But this guy, he knows this guy has to leave. So he kind of forces him into bringing the daughter because he says he'll either kill the father or the daughter if he doesn't bring her. But he, like, deep down, he never was going to do it. It was just a threat to get someone to his place. So she comes, and he does give her the option of leaving. He's like, you know, you can stay and, like, be my friend and, like, you know, interact with me because I haven't had any human interaction in years, or you can go back home. So it's, you know, it kind of gets away from that Stockholm syndrome kind of thing where he's imprisoned her. Yeah. It's so good. It's just, like I said, it's like enchanting. It just feels like you're in a fairy tale.
Yeah, it has that fairy tale feel to it. Oh,
I love it.
That sounds so good.
Really
I'm going to have to read that.
And it's going to be one of those, too, where it's like, you know, it's not romance. Like, he doesn't want her because she's, like, this beautiful woman. He just wants companionship. He wants another human so he can feel human again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those slow build kind of like I like. I'm really excited.
The ones I like.
Yeah. So what are you reading?
So I'm still reading Only Ever You. I kind of took a break because it's very heavy.
That's right, yeah.
And I needed a break, so I'll probably talk about that more next week when I'm finished with it. But yeah, it's heavy. But I want to take a little small break because both of us got a book that was gifted to us by Sarah Hunt.
Yeah,
called Small Potatoes.
Did we talk about this?
We didn't because you were
I really meant to.
You were waiting on me, I think, to get my book. So
I was going to say, I feel like I know I meant to talk about it on one episode.
Yeah, but I don't think you did because I was waiting for you to talk about it and you didn't.
You finally got it.
Yes, I finally got it. Finally read it. It's so good. I didn't have any expectations, and I've never read a book like it before.
Right. So it's part memoir-ish, part essay,
parts just stories.
I just love her humor.
Yeah, she's funny.
So, a little bit of background. So, Sarah hosts a podcast with her husband, James. It's called P.S. I Hate This Movie. Mm-hmm. And they talk about
popular romance movies.
Romantic comedies
and how flawed they are and the issues in society. And it's so good. It's so funny.
And her husband, James, also does Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder podcasts. Yes. And so that's where I found, their podcast together and whatever. But I just love their humor, both of them.
Yeah. So because you told me about them, and then I started reading or listening to P.S. I Hate This Movie. And I thought it was hilarious. And then we had one of the listeners, your friend, tweeted at us showing us that she has a book.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're like...
she was looking for book bloggers and stuff.
And we're like, yes, we are interested. We think you're hilarious. Please let us read your book. And I didn't know what it was going to be about because I just knew her. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really like it.
Right. So it's a lot about food.
Yes, it's all about food.
Did we say what it's called?
I don't know if I did.
I don't think we did.
I'm so sorry.
It's called Small Potatoes, Mouthwatering Musings from a... Oh, crap.
Starts with an A.
Misanthrope.
Misanthrope. There we go.
From something missing. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Sarah.
Misanthrope. No, it's Misanthrope. You're right.
Oh, I thought there was more to it. Okay.
Nope.
Yay. I did good.
You did good. So I would first thing I thought of, sometimes I write notes when I'm reading a book that is I've never read before and I want to remember stuff. Have a snack because I was so hungry. I kept being like, oh, I want to eat that. No. I remember one part she was talking about deviled eggs and I was like, yeah, I want to eat some deviled eggs right now.
That's what I thought was funny because one of her very first things is it deviled eggs that she talks about in one of the first essays or potato salad or
both
something.
Of those.
And I was like, I don't like either one of these things.
Really? Yeah. My favorite thing. See, things made me laugh because we must have the same taste. Mm-hmm. Because she was like, deviled eggs are good, but if you put Miracle Whip in it, you can get out of here. And my mom puts Miracle Whip in them.
No.
And we always have this fight. And then at one page she says,
Miracle Whip is trash. I do agree with that.
See? My mom puts
mayonnaise, actual mayonnaise.
Same. My mom puts Miracle Whip in everything. And she put, remember, I love her little saying pages, and one was eat all the dairy, and then she put in parentheses, but if you're lactose intolerant, don't. And I was like, no, Sarah, don't say that. Don't discourage me from hurting my body. I love cheese. And then the other one was step step 1, take Miracle Whip, and then step 2, throw it away or something like that. I was like, oh my God, I need to show this to my mother because I always am like, ew, that's a Miracle Whip. Because I'm like, do you have any mayo for my sandwich? I have Miracle Whip. Yuck.
Right? So, I wanted to tell her, because I wrote my review right after, and it was really sweet because she messaged me and said it made her week, and because basically I was like, dear Sarah, can we be best friends now? Because obviously we would get along so well, especially when she was talking about how she wants people to invite her places, but also no thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was me. I'm I want to be invited, but then no.
Yeah, I'm not going to show up.
Yeah, but thanks for the invite. Let's be friends. But, I don't want to do anything.
Right. I think she should write a blog. I would read her, weekly or something. Just
just thoughts or something like that. Yeah, I agree. Because I want to hear her other views on other things now.
But she did say she's writing another book.
Did she?
Yeah,
oh, my God,
she's working on it right now. I was like, can I have it, please?
Right. Yeah, it was so good. And it was such a good, just enjoyable read.
Right. And I think we both have been kind of feeling in a reading slump this month.
Yeah, and definitely. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I just
life.
But
I think it was one of those books that we could pick up, finish in one sitting, and feel good about it. Like,
yeah, there was nothing like negative or sad or anything about it. It was just like happy.
And it wasn't a slog. It was just like I couldn't put it down until I was done because I wanted more of her humor. Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Yeah, because like I mean, not that our Only Ever You is bad. It's just intense,
right?
And I have to be in a certain. I can't really like that kind of book. I can read and be happy and read it around people. Like I feel like Our Life in Books. Am I okay? Only Ever You. I need to like be in a dark corner and like really because it's gonna be like an emotional roller coaster. And I was just like, I don't want to have it. Like I just want to read something happy,
right? And like on your lunch break at work, like you don't want to break down crying.
Oh, exactly. You have to be careful.
That's when I read Sarah's book. On my lunch break.
I started it at home and then I took it to work and finished it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this will be nice just to eat, like, because I'm eating.
Yeah, so it is a good book to read while you're eating.
Yes.
So you don't get hungry.
Well, the new releases this week.
There's so many.
There's so many. Do you just want to, read them?
I think I'm going to do a blog post, so hopefully by Friday I've got it posted. So
okay,
you guys can check that out.
Exactly. Well, we got 4 Dead Queens in the mail.
Yes.
We pre-ordered that for the pre-order swag. I can't remember what it is.
Who's the author?
Okay, I can say his name. Astrid Sholte.
Yeah.
Sholte? Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it for the pre-order swag, which was a enamel pin.
Yes.
And
always get you with the enamel pins. So it's called
4 Dead Queens, and I think there's 4 queens for each, like, country or something.
You just picked whatever one you liked.
Yeah.
And I researched it.
Well, so I did the research, and then I was like...
I thought you didn't. I thought you just picked.
I did, because I was going to just pick, like, the one that I liked. And then I did the research and found, like, the pin that would represent whatever area I would be from or whatever. I didn't like the colors. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to get the purple and blue one because I like those colors.
Yeah, because it's Toria is the intellectual quarter that values education and ambition. Ludia, I don't know if I'm saying these right, the pleasure quarter that values celebration, passion, and entertainment. Archaea, the agricultural quarter. I was trying to say architectural. Agricultural quarter that values simplicity and nature, and Onia, the futurist quarter that values technology and harmonious community. So I think we both went with Ludia.
Does it have the thing that you're looking at? Does it have
it's on Goodreads.
It doesn't have the pins?
No. I went with
that was purple and teal.
That's Ludia because we picked the same ones.
Okay. Because there wasn't a quiz.
No, okay. It was just I went on Goodreads. You picked that one, but I think
I would have picked like Toria.
Yeah,
had I gone with
because that's just like everything. Like,
I really do like the agriculture one.
Yeah, you said between those two, and I was like, I'm obviously Ludia.
But yeah, I like the colors in that one better.
Yeah,
so
it's like pretty. Meh.
Like if this is a pin I'm gonna wear at some point, like I want to like what it looks like.
Exactly. Not that all of them are bad. I mean, if I could have a choice of have all of them, I would.
Exactly.
So we both requested it and got denied. Weird. And
yep.
I really just wanted to read it because we were just getting off the 3 Dark Crowns. I mean, we're still on that train, but we had just got done with reading.
It sounds so good.
Yeah.
Like it sounds, I mean, right up my alley. Like,
and I love like having like the quarters of different factions. Just kind of reminds me of Divergent and all those other kind of books. Yep, exactly. So I love that. So I was like, yes, let's read this.
Yeah.
And the cover's really beautiful.
It is,
which helps a lot. And then the other new release that at least we were going to talk about.
Well, so I'm also going to talk because I got it in the mail too. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon.
Yep.
So this is her standalone fantasy about dragons. Mm-hmm. She is also the author of the Bone Season, and there's only 3 books in the Bone Season. She said that it's going to be a 7-book series.
Cool. Jeez.
I know. And so she kind of took a break from writing that to write The Priory of the Orange Tree because she said she's had this idea for this book for so long.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people are saying like, hey, if you're excited about Game of Thrones or if you like Game of Thrones, like this is the kind of book you would like because it's the fantasy, it's got dragons.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
Yeah, it's huge. I was like, oh my goodness.
I really want to read it, but I feel like it's going to take me an entire month.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to like
read it periodically.
Like,
her writing is like, I love it. Like she's one of my auto-buy authors. I feel like it's going to go a lot faster than I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, though. I've been looking forward to this book for so long. I tried to get it at BookCon.
Yep.
I tried to get it because I have a relationship with the publisher, and I emailed them, and they didn't have any ARCs available. So I was like, okay, I mean, I'm going to pre-order it anyway, but I guess I'll just wait like the rest of everybody else.
And cry.
Right? I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I feel like I read arcs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when a book comes out and I haven't got to read the arc, it's going to be a while before I get to it.
Yeah, because you didn't get it as an arc. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way.
So it's on my list to read by the end of this year.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens. I got to stop requesting arcs then.
Same.
I have a problem.
I just got one the other day and I was like, Samantha, when did you do this? Dang it.
Okay, so another one that came out this week.
And you read this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Warrior of the Wild by Tricia Levenseller. She's author of Daughter of the Pirate King that came out.
I think we've talked about this
2
before.
years ago, maybe. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this one's a standalone. I was on the blog tour for this one on Monday. Was that just yesterday? Yesterday.
Oh my
Monday,
God,
yeah.
it was yesterday.
It's good. Like it's one of those, like, if you really like Daughter of the Pirate King, you're gonna like this one. It's like Viking inspired.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy. So she lives in this village. The main character, Rasmira, lives in this village, and the villagers, I guess either I don't remember the details, or the detail, like there weren't a lot of details, but when the boys get to be a certain age, they have to pass this test in order to become like warriors or whatever.
Okay.
And she's the last daughter in her family, and her dad like realized he was never going to have boys, so she was kind of raised like a boy. Mm-hmm. So she is part of this test, and you have to get through the whole trial without being bitten by, or is it just bitten by? I can't remember.
Bitten by what?
This monster that lives in the forest, out in the wild, as they
so
call
they have
it.
to go out and train in the wild then?
I think they bring them, like, those monsters in to train with. In the, yeah.
Okay.
So they have to get through this maze, and they can't get bitten by any of these. I think they're called Zyken.
Okay.
If I remember. Anyways, so she gets to the end of the trial and is betrayed. And so if you don't pass your trial, you get sent out into the wild, and you're given a task that you have to complete. But everyone's given a task that's basically impossible because you're banished from the village.
No.
So she's banished, and her task is to kill the god that they serve. There's this god that comes once a year, and they have to give it, like, each village has something that they have to give them, and their village is food. And so their village is gone without food because they have to have enough to give to the god that he requires. So her task is to kill the god. So you can imagine how that goes.
Oh no.
It's really good. Like, it's just one of those like adventure stories.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
It
For some reason that reminded me of the movie I think it's like A Bug's Life for Ants. One of those, when they have to get enough food to give the grasshoppers. What?
The Village.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they're so afraid to leave the walls of their village. Like, they've been told, if you leave, you're gonna die. Yeah. So she thinks she's going out and she's gonna die. Like, yeah. And she kind of finds out that's not true.
Yeah, it's kind of like I read this book, like The Mist.
Yeah.
Not The Mist. Oh crap, I can't think what it is. But there's mist around this town, and they're so afraid to go beyond it. They don't know what's beyond.
But it's like, who's controlling you to make you think that you can't leave? Like, what's really going on?
And it's also like, don't kind of like go outside the box. Don't go with what everyone else is doing, because you never know. Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. I want to read that.
Yeah. One more.
Yep.
I want to mention.
No, you can mention as many as you want.
What We Buried by.
Oh yeah. I need to read that.
Katie A. Boorman. Is it Katie? Oh shoot. God, I do this every single week.
Here, I can
really
look.
do.
It's because I'm currently reading it.
So I'm on the blog tour for this one. Kate, not Katie. Sorry. Sometime this week.
Nice.
It might be tomorrow. No, it's Thursday. Anyhow, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh, I need to read it.
It's a mystery thriller. like,
is it a one-off
with your head?
Is it gonna like?
Yeah, it's a one-off.
All right.
Yep. That's why. So that one I picked up and read it in I don't know, like a day. I think it was sometime last week. Whenever I decided to have a snow day.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get to work.
Yeah.
And I just read it that day. Because, like I said, we've been in kind of like a reading slump. And I really wanted something that isn't going to leave me on a cliffhanger, that is like thrillery, that I knew I could get through.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Oh, okay. I need to read that.
Yep. And I know I talked about it last week, so I won't do it again. But read it.
The end. Are there any more you want to talk about?
I don't know, because I don't have the authors looked up, and I don't want to play that game.
I like that one time you're like,
just say it.
Spit it out. Well, I already talked about that we got 4 Dead Queens in the mail, but we also got our Paper Gang February boxes, and they're so cute. How would you describe like it's like not like confetti, but it's like you know what I mean? How would you describe the box?
Geometric shapes.
Yeah, very geometric shapes, and they're like all like different colors, and
it's cute. It's not like
very cute.
Yeah.
It has like, so the box items have like little smiley faces on them, which I just have a thing for things with smiley faces. I have little fake plants with smiley, like face pots in my office.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. And it had like bookmarks on the cover, and it had notebook and some highlighters, and just a really cute box. Now you need to use the stuff.
Thing that we're very confused about.
We're really gonna have to figure it out because it has.
I don't understand.
No, because it has like, so it has a space. It just says month. It doesn't say like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and then just has a list of numbers. But it's
like the one starts where Sunday would be, or Monday, depending on what kind of calendar you use.
Exactly. But none of the Mondays close to here start with
right. So like March is the next month, and it starts on a Friday.
Yeah.
So are you supposed to fill in the days of the week up at the top, like so Friday's first?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I thought maybe you don't fill in the days of the week at all, and you just like circle, like cross out each day. You know what I mean? Like circle how many days there are in that month, and then
I feel like that's what I use a calendar for the most. Isn't to see like what. Well, sometimes obviously it's to see what date it is.
But my thing is,
it's what day of the week.
Yeah. Also, if you miss a day, then you're like in trouble.
Right.
So I'm very confused about
how long has it been?
But I'm still gonna put it up because it's cute.
Right.
But also confused.
Maybe too. It's like a cultural thing.
Oh, that could be because this
comes from the UK.
Yeah, it comes from the UK.
We're not quite grasping.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe we should just look it up. We might have to. We'll get back to you.
We'll do some research because
go join our Facebook group. We'll probably talk about it in there. And then you got something else in the mail. Oh,
that's right.
Your beautiful box.
Yeah. So the series is called The Bells.
Yes, we've talked about it before. I think
Dhonnielle Clayton. Yeah. So it came out last year. The first book did. So good. It's so good. It's another one of those like YA fantasies where everything is like beautiful and lush, and then it's on the outside.
Yeah, it reminds me of The Giver. Did you ever read that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that a little bit.
And then you find out that things are just not that great.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of things that they don't understand about the world and whatever. So anyhow, this last week I got book number 2 in the mail, The Everlasting Rose. It came in like one of the boxes that's got like it looks like the cover of the book.
Yes.
On the whole box. And then inside they also sent me an actual everlasting rose,
which is so cool.
Yeah, and I'm confused about how it works, like because you don't water it and you have to keep it out of the sunlight so it doesn't fade in color.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to last up to a year.
But then it's like, but still, it's gonna be cool because then it'll be like a wilted flower in there, so it's like that'll still be neat.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And I keep telling you, like, I get these, and then I'm like, where did they get my address? Because it's from Disney Book Group.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm auto-approved for them on NetGalley, but they've never asked for my address.
Is your address on NetGalley?
I think it is.
So maybe
that could be.
That could be, like, maybe if you're an auto-buy, then they can get that? I don't know.
It's just so weird.
It's a very strange world.
Well, because, like, other publishers and authors and stuff that I've worked, they send me email like, hey, we want to send you this, or we did send you this, anything, but
Sometimes they're just like, hey. You're like,
I just get it. And I'm like, it's awesome. Thank you, but...
How?
Can you give me a heads up, please?
Yeah. It's such a cool box, though.
It is.
I really like
so
it. I'm going to have to read that series because...
So good.
I have not yet.
It's so good.
Well, I have a couple things I want to talk about with the book world.
Yay.
Book world news. What was our thing? I don't know.
Like a news update like that.
Yeah. It's like, and then it goes, I don't know. That should be our thing. I'll put that recording in there. That thing that we just did. I don't know. So the first thing, I put them links so you can click on them.
Yay.
The first thing is about Jennifer L. Armentrout, my queen. The cover of The Burning Shadow, the second book in her spinoff of the Origin series,
Darkest Star.
The Darkest Star. The cover was released. And they also released... Well, they did an interview with her on Goodreads, official interview with just her. So it's really good. I read it all. And then she releases part of the first chapter.
Shut up.
And I already read it all.
Shut up. I know you sent me the link, but I haven't got to look at it.
It picks, I just love her book. So, of course, I read it. It's just, it starts, what's so cool is it starts right after how it ended. The Lux, it starts right up. Like, literally that same scene. It starts right up again. It's so good. And I just can't wait. I remember, hold on, let me just find this really quick, because she said, they asked, what can fans expect? And she said, you can expect a lot of questions answered, but this one isn't going to be, cheesy. This is going to be, expect a lot of tears, is what she said.
No.
Everything changes, she said. Literally, the line says, everything changes in the Burning Shadow for everyone. I was like, don't break my heart.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I was really excited to read that, and I just can't wait. I'm like, I don't know how to find how to get an arc, but I will do things. I just need it right now. Yes, Nagally.
So,
butter her up.
Do you want to describe the cover? Because it looks a lot like the first book.
Yes. So the first book is like a teal, a dark to bright white, and there's a bunch of stars, confetti. I want to say.
Yeah, it looks like
floating.
falling confetti.
Yes, it's so pretty. And then for this one, it's like a maroon to peach, and there's suns. There's suns and star confetti falling down.
So pretty.
I love all the covers.
It's so I feel like it's different from other ones. You know what I mean? It stands out.
It does stand out, and it's really pretty. I'm just so excited for this book to come out, especially because I love books that give you a little teaser, like the chapter.
I have a love-hate relationship with chapter teaser things. Yeah. Because I feel like it just leaves me wanting more.
Oh.
And I feel like, why did I read that? Because once I finally get the book, I'm going to read it again. But
what I liked about this, it wasn't the first, it was just it's literally maybe a couple paragraphs. So it's enough to make you I'm
excited.
And see, that's what if they give me a whole bunch, I kind of don't like it. But if they give me just a little taste, I'm like, okay, yep, pre-order right now. I want this book. I need to have it. I'm going to read it. And hers is one of those books that I am going to rage read when I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's how the first one was. I just read it so quickly.
Yeah. And
it's over.
And the thing is, people are worried that you have to know about the Lux series, but the Lux universe. But you do, and you don't really have to. Right. But it's nice. You're will I learn more? I'm you'll learn more about the other characters. These characters are very side characters, so you'll only get to see them a little bit. But what's great is that they were such a big mystery in the first series that I'm so glad she picked those.
Because we talked about this on an episode, how we had such different experiences reading it, because I went into it completely blind. Haven't read any of the other books in the universe.
Yeah.
But you had. So you kind of knew things about the story that I didn't. Because, the girl in the book is, kind of has, a mystery surrounding her life.
Yes.
And she's not really sure what's going on. And so I felt exactly like her. No idea
Which is so
what's
cool.
happening.
Yeah.
But you kind of had an idea.
See, I had an idea. But see, the thing is, he's introduced more than her, but he's also a very, you don't know much about him. You just know that people are afraid of him. And that's really all you get. And then slowly you understand. But really, it's always shrouded in mystery. They were just kind of the main characters of the Lux series were we know of them, and they have interactions, but they're very closed off. They're very don't no questions beyond the surface. Mm-hmm. So, like, I knew of them, and I kind of knew that I knew hints, but what I really liked is I got to see my characters that I loved in the first series again. So I kind of knew more about that, where you're like, oh, this character, are they in the main series? I was like, yes, you need to go read about it. Because, like, it's just so good. And the other one is very good. It's romance based. Not that this one isn't, but this one's also friends based, because they were friends before anything.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on Luke and yeah, the two main characters were friends first. The other two were like a hate to love relationship. But the other one gets kind of dark. But this one I feel like is way more intense. So yeah, I'm obsessed.
I love it. She's just so good at writing books make you want to keep reading.
Yeah, and like, care. I cared. I was like, I care about these characters. Yeah, it really is. So yeah, that I can't wait for that one to come out. I don't know when it comes out, but I go read the article. Go read her interview, because I liked reading about it.
So it looks like, oh no,
what?
It comes out.
Don't hurt my feelings.
October 8th of this year.
Now I'm upset.
I mean, at least it's not 2020.
If you said 2020, I don't flip the table. No. I'll be like, listen, you remember how we used to like write like, okay, so I'm gonna age us real quick.
No.
Do you remember like in the back of magazines, like 17, there used to be like a list of like celebrities and their addresses, and you could write them a letter? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do to her. She does that to me. Do you remember that? Did you write someone?
I don't know. I feel like I would write the thing, but never send it.
Yeah. But we were always like, oh my God. I remember we'd circled like the addresses and names. We'd be like, I'll write them a fan letter.
God. We really are aging ourselves, because those magazines are lucky that they survived, because most of them got pictures ripped out and put on our wall.
There was 1 minute where you'd walk into Elizabeth's room and there was just pictures hanging from strings from like everywhere, and there was just Jonathan Taylor Thomas. In sync.
Justin Timberlake.
Yep.
But do you remember like in my room, our old house, like the ceiling was like slanted on both sides?
Oh yeah.
So I had like pictures on the slanted ceiling and the wall.
Yep. Oh, I was like weird where I only put things on the back of my door. So you couldn't see my obsession if my door was open, and then once
you're way smarter.
Once I shut it, it's like, oh, you have a problem.
Me, it was like you just had the.
My friend Morgan put her stuff in her closet under her closet door, so like when she shut it, looked perfectly fine. Opened it.
Why are you guys so smart?
It's like funny. Open it. Obsession with Eminem.
Oh really?
Floor to ceiling. It was so great. So yeah, we hid our obsessions on
me. It was mac and cheese hair is what Kelsey
God.
Always used to call Justin Timberlake.
Here's another age. I'm gonna do it.
I remember JT when he had mac and cheese hair. Jesus.
So we used to save up. We used to save up. Sorry, everyone.
No.
We used to save up our money.
I know what you're gonna say.
And we used to walk to Casey's.
Stop.
And we would buy in-sync trading cards.
Oh,
and then we would open the pack and then trade them with each other. And I still have them. Do you still have theirs?
It was just the guy. Like, it was...
Oh, my God.
It was just the same 5 guys.
Yes.
Different backgrounds. And different backgrounds.
And so you wanted to collect them all. It was like Pokemon.
All the same background.
It was like Pokemon for fangirls.
Except not, because it's the same 5 guys over and over again.
And you couldn't play games with them. You just collected them. We bought like sleeves.
Did it have at least something on the back? Did it have like facts or something?
No, they were just pictures. Geez. Fun pictures. And we bought sleeves. No,
we had like a binder with sleeves.
Yes, and I remember there was a shiny background one, and I gave you the last one to complete your collection, because I'm a good cousin. And I was like, you know what? You have all the collection.
What happened to those? Do you still have
I still have mine. I'm a hoarder.
I bet my mom made me get rid of mine.
Your mom always made you get rid of stuff, and I remember I used to grab stuff because I was like, you're going to freaking regret this. And I'm going to keep it.
I can't regret it. My mom's making me do it.
I still have our Lisa Frank beads.
I might still have some
in a little tackle box with all of them sorted in different colors. Not tackle box, but like the clear.
Do you have mine? No,
I have mine.
Mine was in a tackle box.
Yeah, we bought them at the same time.
Yeah, but I thought
not a tackle box.
No, yeah, I know.
Like a clear.
I thought my mom made me get rid of mine, and so I thought maybe you took it.
I might have. Honestly, I might have. I still have those. Still have never used them because you don't use them.
You don't use them because then you can't use them.
Exactly. Listen to our thinking.
That's how I
still have.
Too.
Do you remember when we were into seashells? I still have a My Little Pony lunchbox with seashells in it.
Shut up.
Wrapped in towels.
What?
I don't know why I keep these things.
To be honest, I wish my mom would come to my house and make me get rid of stuff now.
Right. I just keep stuff in totes.
Please come help me clean my house.
I'm
Mom.
like, I'm going to use this. Like Kellys, like our little Kellys that we used to play with the plastic. You never did that? Barbies? Like, the little baby of Barbie. Was her name Kelly? Yeah. I still have all that stuff, I think, somewhere, too.
Oh, my God.
You still have Helen, your little Cabbage Patch doll?
She's in my, little cedar chest, okay? Nobody can touch her because I'm afraid she's going to fall apart because she's as old as I am.
I went on this rant. I aged us because of the whole... So, basically... To get back, I wanted to write a letter to Jennifer.
Except you don't have to do that anymore. You can just tweet her.
I'm going to write her a letter.
Handwritten with Lisa Frank stickers.
Lisa Frank stationery.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to make her a friendship bracelet out of my Lisa Frank beads.
Oh, my God. The thing is, though, do you know how old she is? Is she around our age?
I don't know.
Would she, get it?
She'd be like, what is this?
But also be creeped out at the same time. Oh my God.
I don't know if do people... Oh, she's 38.
Okay, so
she'd get it. She'd get it.
Yeah.
She'd understand.
Yep, she would.
All right, the other book world thing I wanted to talk about before I went on a rant.
Moving on.
is I kind of mentioned this to you earlier that Amy Pohler is going to be directing the Moxie movie.
Yeah,
and I didn't get to read the book. Did you?
2018?
Yeah.
I did not get to read it, but isn't it about a girl who, kind of starts trying to educate her school on feminism and stuff?
She basically, the football team can't do anything wrong. She's fed up with sexist dress codes, hallway harassment, and gross comments from guys during class. Most of all, she's fed up with always following the rules. And so she is, creating a feminist zine and...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And it says, as Viv forges friendships with other young women across the divides of cliques and popularity ranks, she realizes that what she has started is nothing short of a girl revolution. And yeah, I'm so excited. Freaking Amy Pohler is amazing. What's her... I'm just wanting to say her character from Parks and Rec.
Oh, Leslie.
Leslie Knope is coming in, and she's going to it's going to be so great.
We have so many binders.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming to Netflix, which I don't remember you saying before.
I thought I said that.
I mean, you might have said it now.
Yep.
But when you told me about it before, I guess.
It's coming to Netflix. I'm so excited.
We have to read the book first, though.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Because the rule. The rule is you have to read the book before you watch the show.
Man.
Yep. Who's making these rules, man?
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
That is a quote from...
Dazed Confused? No, it's not.
No. Grind, remember?
God bless.
We haven't even... It just reminded me of Iliamation. God bless.
Yes.
Iliamation is a YouTube channel. She's hilarious. I think we've talked about it before. But,
I think so.
Yeah, because we haven't finished... I haven't finished Grind. I am still... We're watching it on the plane ride home, and we stopped.
Oh, my God.
And I haven't watched it again because we need to finish it.
Do you know how long ago that was?
It was a long time ago, and I'm still nope, can't watch it until Elizabeth and I finish this.
So you're coming over this weekend and going to get snowed in, and we're going to watch a Grind.
And watch and play Sega games.
And do our Christmas present.
Yes, we need.
Which I still haven't wrapped yours.
You can get out. Leave now.
Can I just not wrap them?
No, that is the rules.
I'm so bad. I'm so bad at gifts.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
What if I tell you one of your presents, I could wrap all the other ones in it?
No, because I still have to open all. Because I wrapped all of yours. Oh.
You can unwrap them.
This is fun.
Well, this is a chat's episode.
I was going to say, also, yeah, we're going to get off topic here. Also, how fun of a YouTube video is that? It's going to be 10 seconds. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, maybe I'll get my kids to help me.
Yeah, just that's what you had kids, right? To let the dog out.
I'm just going to take paper and just be merp.
Just make it awful.
Oh my God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it so hard for you to open them so that you have something for the YouTube channel. Something for them to watch.
I'm sure we're not going to have any problem if we just think of it like a T-Chats episode.
T-Chats.
Yeah, Elizabeth didn't believe me that we called these T-Chats. And I was like, I put it in the first T-Chats opening.
T-Chats?
T-Chats. So,
well,
covering my bases.
You would think I would know because that, our the little clip that you made for that episode was me saying that. And like when you're writing a post on Instagram and it's the clip, like you can hear the clip play. And so it just kept starting over and over again. And I was like, it's just me saying T-chats, 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 T-chats.
You can put your phone on silent and not listen to it.
But it's still like automatically playing. Oh my God.
Oh, I did have a question from a viewer.
Ooh.
Why do you stop talking during your openings?
Who? What?
I don't want to dox her.
No, I meant who stopped talking.
You don't like, you remember you used to talk during your like email openings and stuff like that?
No, what are you talking about?
On your...
Email. Oh, shoot.
I said mail, not email. Did I say email? What did I say?
I was very confused. Okay, so to be honest, I have loud children and a husband that don't shut up. So I'm like, rather than trying to get everyone in my house to be quiet, I'll just not talk anymore.
Yeah, she asked, and I was like, I don't know. I'll
That's
ask her.
fair, because someone messaged me too and was like, is this supposed to have sound? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I used to talk in them.
Maybe you should put like no sound on it, because that's what some people do.
I can just, because I used to like go in the bedroom and open it on our bed.
Maybe you should start doing that, because people got complaints, Elizabeth.
It was, I admit, it was weird, but I tried, and those guys won't shut up. They just talk so much.
My problem is I mess up on my words so much. I'm like, I sound like an idiot, and I hate hearing my voice
and then
back.
I did have someone message me, and like, because I don't like my voice, and ironic because we're doing a podcast, right?
Oh yeah, I used to say that. Now I have to hear our voices every week.
I did have someone message me and say I had a really cute voice, and I was like, I don't like this.
I don't like this.
Don't say that. That's gonna really make me not want to talk. But thank you.
Don't say that.
Compliments are nice, but
yeah. So I forgot about that. It came to my mind that you're gonna have to start doing that again.
Fair.
The viewers have spoken.
Ooh. You need to say that in a Scottish accent so we can talk about our next.
Oh my
thing.
God, was that what it's from?
I feel like I heard it in his voice.
I can't say it. I don't know what a Scottish voice is. I don't want to sound like that Jamaican. Remember that? The Vine? So we're talking about this Vine, and it's girls like Alyssa didn't know the background of it, but it's a YouTuber, and someone's like, okay, they're like doing accents, and she's like, they're like doing Jamaican one, and she's like, thanks, she's like, get after.
But it doesn't sound like she says any words. It's just a really weird sound that comes out of her mouth. I thought they were talking in another language, and I just didn't understand what the video was about.
No, that's her trying to do Jamaican accent, and so I don't want to mess up a Scottish accent.
So, what we're talking about.
So we talked about it last time briefly, because I think
very briefly, yeah, because I wasn't obsessed yet.
No, so I brought Elizabeth to the Love Island train. That's not a journey. Wait,
you didn't. No, you didn't. This
is the second thing I've done this episode. This is like,
you need to stop.
So, Love Island show. I got her addicted to it. I'm so excited because there's so much.
So good.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's like,
yes. Okay. New experience.
It's like a mix of, like, it reminds me of Big Brother because they're stuck in this house. Mm-hmm. So everything's super intense.
Yes.
But also, like, people get voted out kind of like, well, I guess they get voted out in Big Brother too.
Yeah.
I was going to say kind of like Survivor.
Yeah. So it's like it's Big Brother but romance.
Right. But also they're coupled up and they have to be in a couple.
Yeah. But it's like the real world because they're like living together as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it reminded me, and it's a bunch of like attractive young people.
Yes.
So it reminded me of the real world.
Yeah.
It's so addicting though.
It's so addicting.
I don't know. What day did I start watching it? Like Sunday when I was taking pictures.
Yep.
And it's Tuesday now, and I've got 2 episodes left, and there's 30 episodes.
Yeah, there's so many episodes.
What have I done with my life over the last 3 days?
You get sucked in, and there's 3 more seasons.
It's so good.
It's so good. Like, I don't know how to explain it to anyone. That I'm just like, it's so addicting.
When you were first describing it, I was like, I don't know if I'll like it. Like, I'll try it on Sunday.
Yeah, and I did tell you, I was like, it's a kind of episode or show that you can like just put on while you're doing stuff. Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh man, it's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot that happens, but like I want to watch more British TV, especially British reality shows.
Yeah.
Because they're so much nicer.
Yeah. And I think it's just so different than what we're used to. I think that's why I was for, like, one, they have different, like, slang. And they can cuss over there. So that's a completely new, like, thing to hear on a television show without it being bleeped out.
And nudity.
They're not shy over there at all. And just, like, the dynamic and the way it's just so different, and you want to watch more British shows because of this. Reality shows.
The first thing I noticed, I was like, when I used to watch Real World, it was like 2 days in, not even 2 hours in, and someone was having a screaming match.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it was constant fights and, like, knockdown, drag-out fights.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a couple arguments on this show, but nothing like that.
No. They're very level-headed.
What was the other thing?
They might not seem level-headed to, like, maybe people who don't understand what Real World is, but, like, the Real World show.
Right.
But like, it's completely different.
And then you watch this, you're like, these people are so tame.
Or, like, grew up watching, like, the Jersey Shore.
So that was the other thing that I noticed, too, is, like, so the American reality shows, it's all people talking behind each other's backs. Just constant, and it's constant, like lying and just constant backstabbing.
Yeah.
This show, every time someone has an issue with someone else, they walk over and address it with that person.
Yeah, and they talk it out. Sometimes they can yell, but then they both know to, like, walk away and cool down and come back and have a chat.
And they always work it out. They always talk it out.
Even if they can't, like, see eye to eye, they're like, listen, let's agree to disagree. Like, we're not going to hate each other over this, but, like, let's just, like, squash it.
It's just so, like, I don't know if impress is the right word, but just, like, it's just so relieving to watch a show where you're not constantly like, this is so much drama. I can't even watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's how we got, like, Alex and I used to watch Real World. Like, you know, even after Weston was born, I remember watching a season or two. And it got to the point where we're like, I just can't watch this anymore. It's too much. Like, it's just too much. It's too much drama. Yeah. It's too much ridiculousness. Yeah. This is way better.
Well, and another thing, MTV doesn't put their shows anywhere. Like, you can't watch those unless you have, like...
Really?
Yeah, unless you have, like, a thing.
I guess I never thought of that.
Yeah, so I don't watch any of those. But yeah, I really like it. I like all the people. And I enjoy, like...
on you.
Yeah, and I really like, the challenges and, like, the different, like, couples, and I don't know. You just start, they really grow on you, and it's a different dynamic, and I don't know. It's just I just want to watch more. Yeah. Like, I know they have, like, their version of the Jersey Shore called the Geordie Shore, and I really want to figure out how to watch that. So that should be our next one. Just because it's so different. We're learning so many words.
Oh, my God.
So we know, like, mugged off, which means, like, basically, like, how did we figure it out? Because there's no American term for it.
Not really. It's kind of like when you blow someone off. Like, you're like,
I don't want to be mugged off.
You ignore them and, like, kind of dump. Kind of like you're dumping them.
Yeah. But then also, like, I know, like, people are like, oh, I don't want to look like a mug. I don't want to be mugged off. I think it also, like, I don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
I also don't want to look, I don't want to look bad, like a bad person. Or
also,
I don't want
pied.
Pied, which, what does that mean?
Is, like, dumped. Like,
pied means dumped. They say babes or babe a lot. Or our thing is, like, they say, let's have a cuddle instead of, like, a hug or something like that. Or, like, Bruv.
That was one of my favorites. Yeah. I kept saying that to Alex, and he's like, what are you saying?
Yeah, or they, like, say chats.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to, like, hear the different language. Or, like, I know how the British take their tea. Because, like, in the season 2. So I started season 2, but I'm going to stop and wait for Elizabeth and rewatch it with her. But they drink, like, Earl Grey with, like, sometimes milk, sometimes, like, almond or soy milk with 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I, like, really want to try it.
Milk and sugar is a big thing there, and I just can't.
But my thing is, have you ever done it? I've never done it.
I've tried tea with sugar. I just don't, like, I like my tea nice and black. Yeah, to be honest. Like, I like it dark.
Like, if I'm craving something sweet, I'll put some honey into it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll do honey if it's too dark.
I'm gonna try some of my, I don't know what kind of tea, though, to use. Like, I don't have the Earl Grey.
You don't like Earl Grey?
No. I gave it all to you. But I think I might have just, like, some regular, what do we drink? English breakfast.
Yeah.
So I just want to try, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like, all the food, like, there's a couple foods. Oh, my God. I had to Google what a cheese toasty was because I had no idea what that was. I was like, what is that? Because in season 2, they get into a fight over cheese toasty. They call it Cheese Toasty Gate. And I was serious? And I was listening and I was like, what's a cheese toastie? So I had to Google. I was like, oh, a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
But it's just funny the things that they say. Like they're like, oh, I love having beans for breakfast. Like this one girl's like, oh, you always have beans
on toast.
Yeah, beans for breakfast. And I was like what kind of beans? Like I'm so confused. So I think what we should do if we do watch Love Island, we should we should only eat like English stuff. God. We should have like a hangout where we just do that, like drink tea and eat English like cheese toastie. I don't know any other thing. Beans on toast.
I learnned about that one on Peppa Pig.
Oh,
because the boys used to watch Peppa Pig, and they always had beans on toast.
Is she British?
Yeah,
all I know is that her face is not very nice looking. That's all I know. Okay, I don't have children. I just know what the internet does.
You've seen it when it was on before.
Possibly, but
yeah, they have very British accents. Because I actually saw an article about this the other day about how American kids that are watching Peppa Pig are picking up like some British vocabulary.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember the boys doing that too. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Weston.
Yeah.
What did he say that she said one time? And I was like,
sorry, it's bumped against your computer.
I was like, wait, what? That's a very British thing for you to say. I can't remember what it was. I don't know, but
I think they say lovely a lot too.
Yeah.
But you said something to me. Oh, cringe.
Yeah,
cringe is another one.
No, I could not. I didn't even notice that I did that.
And I was like, oh my god, she just used it. Yes, come over. Because I always say that stuff to David, and David's like, because I say I watch watch a lot of British YouTubers, and I hear jumper a lot. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm grabbing my jumper, and David's like, what? And I'm like, I need my sweatshirt.
I just always come off watching that show, especially watching like 5 hours straight of it. And I just want to talk with a British accent. That's all I want.
It sounds so cool. And
that's like, it's been a really long 3 days.
Yeah.
Everything I read in my head has a British accent. I read it in a
oh my god, I love it.
I can't stop.
Like, bruv. What's up, bruv?
I just can't stop.
Oh, I love it. And we're watching older episodes, but because
I'm watching season 1.
2013.
I didn't want to look. I don't want to Google anything.
The thing is, if you do watch this show, don't Google any of them because
it's old.
It's old. But it'll say all who wins and what happens to all the couples. And also, don't go to their Instagrams because that's what I did on season 1. And they'll have in their description what they won.
Oh no.
And you know what I mean? So it just kind of spoils it. So it's very hard, but just watch it and then go Google the crap out of them.
That's what I kind of do with every show that I watch. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to avoid this until I watch it, and then I'm going to Google the crap out of everything.
My problem is when I start it, I want to Google them and I want to look at it, and it's like, no, it'll spoil it. Don't do it.
That's why I've been watching it over 3 days, because I want to read about it so bad.
I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm addicted. It's so good. So now we're going to have to find other shows that
I think it was Sunday night I texted you and I was like, what have you done to me?
Yeah, and I was like,
what have you done?
I'm like, yes, someone I could talk to. Literally, I've just been pushing you to do it so I could talk to someone about it. Because right now I talk to David and he's like, I don't care. And I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Alex keeps coming over and kind of looking at my computer and being like, what is wrong with you?
It's so good.
Because I was telling you too when I first started it. Now, okay, to be fair, this is not a show, especially the later episodes that you want to watch around kids.
No.
But I started it when I was taking my pictures on Sunday, and I do that on our kitchen floor because that's where it gets the best light. And Raylan was sitting at the table eating, so he couldn't see my computer, but he could hear. And it was the first episode, so nothing crazy happened.
And they have this loud Irish or Scottish? I don't know.
Scottish.
That's right. I want to say Scottish. Yeah. Right? Scottish, guy who does the voiceovers of everything and makes jokes and stuff. And
Raylan just kept giving me these weird looks, what are you watching, Mom?
Yeah.
What is this?
And at one point, didn't he say is that English?
Yeah, he's what language is that?
Yeah,
it's English.
One, they talk fast, and two, if you don't know some of the words,
some of them have very thick accents.
Yes, I probably I'm guessing some people hear a New York accent is a thick accent where you can't understand it.
Yeah, some of them are so thick. I'm like, wait, I gotta rewind that. What did they just say?
I told Elizabeth sometimes I turn on subtitles because I'm like, what? Because it goes so fast. So it's how do you understand it?
And with all the new vocabulary too.
Yeah.
It's wait, what?
And sometimes there's no American equivalent, so you just have to look it up to understand what it means.
Well, yeah, I guess I haven't looked anything up because again, I'm terrified of Googling.
Yeah,
because I'm maybe pied and mugged off is like a thing only on season 1 of Love Island. I don't know.
Right?
So I don't want to Google it. So I was like, I'm just going to assume from context that I think I know what it means. Like,
can you use that in a sentence, please?
Other than, I've been pied.
I was going to say, I just got mugged off. It's like the sentence. Like, I don't know what that means.
Explain.
Yeah, so we're going to get snowed in this weekend, and we're going to watch some.
It has nothing to do with books, guys. Sorry. But
yeah, again, this is chats of us raging about stuff that we do outside.
To be fair, if you could probably have it on in the background while you read, if you're the kind of person that needs to do 2 things at once.
Absolutely not. Do you do that?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I do that with, like, The Office, because I've seen it so many times.
Oh.
Sometimes I just need background noise.
Yeah.
For some reason, I need more things going on so that I can pay attention to
That's
one
crazy.
thing. I'm really weird, man.
I have to do it for a lot of things, but not reading. And reading, I just like to be. I mean, I can tune things out, but like I want to just be into the book.
Like sometimes I have to, turn it off. Like if it's a fantasy and I really need to like pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, the characters and stuff like that.
But I remember, when we actually had cable and there was commercials.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I used to watch a show and then when commercials would come on, I'd read as much as I could and then just go back and forth.
Oh my, I can't remember. It was at work the other day. Someone was like, oh, so-and-so commercial. And I was like, I haven't had cable in years. I have no idea what you're talking about. Unless it's a commercial on YouTube before I watch a video or it's an ad.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I guess
see
at
anything.
work, we watch HGTV over the lunch hour.
Yeah.
So that's as much commercials as I see. Because, like, Hulu, we got commercial free.
I got commercial free, too.
Because I couldn't take it anymore.
No. I can't remember. It was one day, I don't know what I was watching, and I was like, that's it. I literally just went, upgraded them. I was like, I can't take it anymore. There's so many.
It's the same commercial every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I can only watch the same commercial so many times.
If it was different ones, I don't think I would have had a big of a deal with. I mean, it still is annoying, but like the same one over and over again, it gets too much.
Yeah. Like I know it word for word. And
I'd rather just pay the extra and watch them right away.
That's what we did too.
I was really worried.
I hardly even watch YouTube, so I don't know when I would see an ad.
Well, see, a lot of the YouTube ads are, because there's, I don't know, probably no one knows about this, but there's like, YouTube ads are really like weird right now because people are gross, and I don't want to get into it on this podcast.
They're demonetizing a lot of things, right?
They're taking comments off of a lot of, because it's not the videos. It's the people in the comments commenting about children in videos. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yikes.
Yes. So there's a big thing about ads right now. So there are ads on YouTube, but like a lot of the creators that I see, if they're deemed if they're not deemed worthy, then they don't get an ad. So that's also strange. It's a very weird place to be right now. It sucks because it's not anything that some other creators are doing. It's just the internet and the
internet's a dark, scary place.
It is. It can be. So that's crazy. It's just crazy. But this kind of has something to do with YouTube. PewDiePie is one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. I don't know if he is anymore. I've watched him for a while just because when I watched him for his gameplay, because I just think he's funny when he plays games. He gets very, very scared easily. So he always plays like scary games and then jumps and screams like I would. So I think he's entertaining. He's had some controversy in the past, and people, I'm not going to argue with what people think because what I think is no one's perfect. If they're apologizing and learning from it, then that's all we can ask for people as human beings. And I also think he's very sarcastic and dark humor.
Yeah.
And if you know me, that's me. So, right. I don't publicly do it like he does, but there are going to be some controversy because if you say dark humor and it's taken out of context, then, that's it. Yeah. That's, So, anyway, he was the biggest YouTuber. Now he's passed by this company, and there's been
oh, yeah.
Yeah, T-Series.
Yeah.
So, there's just been, really crazy thing, and he's been trying to beat T-Series, and his subscribers have bought billboards, or one of them took signs to the Super Bowl and got tickets behind the field goal. So when they got the field goal, the national TV on the Super Bowl said vote for or subscribe to PewDiePie, and it's been really funny. It's just been bringing people together. Elon Musk apparently did something on it. I haven't been watching.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's all these people that are popular.
Yeah, it's like a movement right now.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
I said, I've never listened or seen any of his stuff, but
you know of
about
it.
this.
Yeah, so basically he does news, news where he just talks about relevant things, and then he also does meme reviews. So he asks people, he has a subreddit, and he asks people to submit memes, and then he laughs at them, and that's all he does, because he was like, he doesn't, like, he just wants to do what he wants to, like, he just wants to enjoy his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it's just really funny, and so that's why I got into it, because I think memes are hilarious, and he always like talks about like the most recent memes and goes over them. And
he's got a subreddit, huh?
Yeah, he has a subreddit.
Did you say Reddit?
Reddit. We can talk about that next. But real quick, I don't usually buy merch from people. I don't know, but I really liked his one. It was in 80 million subscribers.
Jeez.
And T-Series is a company, and he is by himself with 2 editors.
That's insane.
That's it. It's his own setup.
Could you imagine?
And he has 80 million people watching him, and he just talks about memes.
I feel like, okay, so do you know how many people are in the world? I mean, I don't either. But like 80 million
is a lot of people for one guy. And that's why
I feel like I'm in the minority having not watched it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't even know what he looks like.
He's Swedish, so blonde hair.
Am I an old grandmother?
Yes,
like,
you are. Get with grandmother. Here, I can show you. And so I'll show you a picture later. But
fair.
I got a PewDiePie sweatshirt, and I don't usually do that, but I was like, whatever. It's kind of like a weird YouTube milestone where it's not gonna happen again.
Right.
And he's never gonna be the top. I mean, companies are gonna surpass him. He's never gonna be the top YouTuber again. So I bought a sweatshirt. Okay. But it's pink and purples, and it says, should I be demonetized or something funny like that? And so I wore it into Taco John's, and the teller was like, hi, can I help you? Oh my gosh, is that a PewDiePie sweatshirt? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I've never seen one in real life. Do you love PewDiePie? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I enjoy his content. And then he just sat there and talked to me for like 10 minutes. And then we got our food or whatever. He was like super nice. And as we were leaving, I was like, David, I feel like the coolest person right now.
Honestly, that's my favorite thing, is when you wear like some piece of merch or something, and you encounter another nerd
and you're
in
like,
the wild, and you're like, oh my God, we're all alone.
Right? And we're all usually at home. So this is great that we're both like out in public. Like, I remember I can't remember what I was wearing. What shirt at Hy-Vee, but the teller was like, I love that show. And I was like, oh my God, me too. Like, it's just like, we're nerds. Tell them what's up. You break your professional character to be a nerd real quick. I love that.
I was at like when the kids were in preschool, they had half day preschool, and it was always like moms or aunts or babysitters or whatever to pick up the kids, you know, after preschool, like halfway through the day. And I was standing there with this one girl that I'd seen a million times, but that day I was wearing a Harry Potter shirt, and she had to show me her Harry Potter tattoo on her foot. I was like, yes, a fellow nerd. Who knew all this time? All it took was me wearing a Harry Potter shirt.
And I feel like, because it's like, you never know. It's not like we all like wear a badge that says like, oh, I love this and this and this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, like, if people saw us on the street and didn't look in our purses, they wouldn't know that we're book nerds. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, I thought it was really funny, and I wanted to tell.
That's always my favorite thing, is having like that little thing, and you're like, who's going to notice? Who's going to be the fellow nerd that I can connect with?
And be like, oh my God. And then to be able to say that, because like a lot of us aren't very, I'm not very good at being like, oh my God.
Right? No, like if I saw something like that, I would see it and be like, oh my God, we could be best friends, but I'm not going to talk to them.
Like, hello, I see you from afar. So, I feel like I was going to talk about something else. But we do have, still going to work on that YouTube this week. Hopefully we're going to get our first video done. We have vlogs I need to edit. I know.
Yeah.
What's the time?
I mean, we'll get it done.
And also, it's like they're so cringy. I don't want to watch them.
That's the hardest part about this kind of stuff, is I know, like, you have to do all the editing. So it's way different, because I don't have to listen if I don't want to.
Yeah.
But then there's a part of me that's like, maybe you should listen to yourself and see what you need to work on.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I need to listen back and, like, see what things... Because I know, like, myself, I constantly, during this podcast, forget things.
Yeah.
And so I feel like maybe I should be a little bit more prepared.
Same. I've also noticed that, like, when you're talking, I tend to, like, say, yeah. Like, because I feel like when we're talking, we're both just always constantly going, well, now I'm like... Right? But it's hard. But in a podcast setting, you need to, like, not, so the other person can be heard. So that's what I've been trying to work on. Like, when you're talking, I'm like, I shake my head yes at you.
Like, though,
I interrupt you a lot, is what I'm saying.
When we're talking, like, not with a microphone in front of our faces, I feel like we don't say yeah in whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but I feel like on the podcast we have to, so it's not just like dead air.
That's
like
what
I'm just talking into nothing, and you're saying yeah so that everyone knows that you're still there, and I'm not just like
going on a rant.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a make sure that you're at the end of a sentence before, not because I was like kept like talking over you, and I was like, Samantha, you need to stop that.
but we do that all the time too, because we're just like, we have so much to talk about.
I know, and it's only a little span of time. But the thing is, when we're talking over each other, we're still hearing what each other is. It's very weird.
Well, that's why like we talk on like Facebook and texting and Instagram and
Reddit,
like all the things. Google Hangouts, like
Tumblr. And it's like, did you see that thing? It's like, where?
Yeah. Do you remember where you sent it to me? Because it could be anywhere.
I know, because I was looking for like a picture, and I was like, so I went to like texting, and then I went to Google Hangouts, and then I went to Reddit, and I was like, where did she send me that?
Well, now we have Google Docs, and we have a shared folder, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. Like
and we have a Dropbox, where we drop a bunch of stuff into there.
Because there's some days we'll have multiple conversations on multiple platforms going on.
Yes, exactly.
But like in this one we're talking about this thing, and this one we're talking about something else. Oh boy.
It's like we're talking in real life, everything all at once.
To be honest, that's why we started this podcast, because there's just so much to talk about.
And there's stuff that we don't even like, like I would not know, like, oh, you got that box, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just really nice to
scheduled talk every week
with everybody else. Welcome to this craziness.
I'm not sorry about it.
Oh, the last thing I want to talk about is our Reddit addiction, because it's getting worse.
Yeah, I feel like there was another thing. Did you not want to talk about that anymore?
What? Oh, our YouTube ideas?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's talk about our Reddit addiction really quick. Okay. Should we end on Rage? I think we should end on Rage.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah, it's real quick. I just am obsessed still. I think there's a bunch of funny videos and memes and just like things that you can relate to.
So I said I had a snow day last week.
Yeah.
I spent the morning reading a book, and I was like, okay, now I'm like, I can start another book. I've got the rest of the day to like blog and plan my Instagram posts. You know what I did? Read it.
Right?
Until like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, what did I just do with my life?
I know. I did the same thing. I think it was Monday night. I was like, because I worked from home, so I was like, okay, I got done. I went to therapy, and then I got home, and I was like, I'm just going to open up Reddit. I'm not going to be here for very long. And all of a sudden, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I haven't eaten. And I'm like, where did time go?
It's a time suck.
Yes. And I sit there and like giggle. Like we were saying like things that we've read recently. And one was like, the toughest thing as an adult to like go back and take out exclamations so I don't seem too excited and scare whoever I'm talking to off. And I was like, I do that all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, Samantha, you sound too excited. Let's tone it down
Especially
a bit.
At work, because I'm like, I am supposed to be a professional. I've got like this email signature at the bottom that looks like I'm a professional. And then the email is actually filled with exclamation points. Like, am I a teenage girl?
I know. I do it too. And I'm like, but I'm so excited. I don't know how excited.
Well, and like, inflection doesn't come off in text. And so it's like, I don't want to sound like I'm being a jerk.
Yeah, because you can, like, that's the thing. Like, when you're reading something, it comes out a certain way.
Right.
And so I always put an exclamation mark or haha or a smiley face so people know I'm happy.
And then I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because then, exclamation point, it's like, are you yelling at me? Like, why are you so excited right now?
Yeah, exactly.
About this tax return or payroll. Like, are you crazy?
Exactly. Yes. So, I don't know. I just really like Reddit. So, if anyone has any subreddits that we need to look at.
My suggestion is choosing beggars.
Yes, it's so good.
It's my favorite thread. It's about awful people.
Like asking for free stuff when you're not even offering it.
Or like you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace or something, and someone like lowballs you big time, based on whatever price you have, and then they think that they're entitled to that thing for the lesser price.
Yeah, and when you're like, no, they're like, and then they get all angry.
You're going to give it to me. That was one of the last ones I read, was they were like, you're going to give it to me, and if you don't, blah, blah, blah. And the person was like, so you're blackmailing me. And they're like, this isn't blackmail, but you're going to do it. And I'm like, that's exactly what blackmail is. But okay.
Well, I remember one of the first ones you showed me was like a girl had something and she had made it, but she wasn't selling it. She just made it. And the mom was like, will you make that for my daughter? And she was like, no, like, here's like places that you can buy it, but like I'm not making it for anyone. And she like freaks out on her.
You're gonna give me yours. And she's like, no, but I'm not. Like, it's mine. I didn't make it for anyone else.
Yeah.
She's a cosplayer, I think. And like she made it for herself, for her cosplay. Mm-hmm. She doesn't make stuff for other people. She doesn't sell her stuff. Why would you think that was okay?
Yeah.
Because then, like, the classic choosing beggar is once they find out they're not going to get what they want, they just call you a bunch of terrible names.
Yeah.
Because that's what that lady did.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, and she's like, I didn't like it anyway. So it's like, then why are you talking to me? So that reminds me of another subreddit. This is more of a R-rated one, but I started because it's called Public Freakouts.
Oh, yeah.
But they started putting, like, fights on there, which you saw one. Mm-hmm. Which it wasn't really a bad fight. I don't know. I like when they're like arguing or people are doing something stupid or like, you know, freaking out on a bus for no reason. I like watching those because I'm like, I told David, I was like, I couldn't believe people exist in this world. I mean, we're from the Midwest, Iowa, where everyone's like pretty nice to each other.
I'm a little bit afraid of that subreddit just because like it reminds me of choosing beggars as, you know, these people being terrible. But they're videos, and so I have to see people being terrible. Yeah. And I just feel like that's a wall, or that's a line I don't know if I want to cross yet.
I crossed it, and some of them, I, like, have to watch a couple of times. I just kind of tilt my head, like, why?
Right?
Why? I don't understand. I was watching one the other day, and this guy was taking a video of this woman because he had a baby with him and his dog, and so he tied up his dog. It was in the UK. He tied his dog outside to go into a place that didn't allow dogs, and he came back out, and the lady was stealing his dog, and she said because she was abusing it, and now it was her dog, and I was like, what?
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. And thankfully, like, people had saw it happen, and so they, like, got her to, like, give him back his dog. But he was like, she took the collars off, and we don't have him chipped, and, like, she was going to steal my dog. And she kept yelling at him, dog or baby. She said she either wanted his dog or his baby. I was like, how is this real? Like, how do you think this is okay?
Right. What makes you think that that's how the world works?
Yeah. I also watched one where this guy, I don't know what his race was, but he said he wasn't white. And he tries to go into his apartment complex, and this white woman won't let him in because she wants to see his chip card of his, like, because it's like one of those chipped.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I live here. And she's like, well, I need to see your key, or you
don't.
She wasn't even like a landlord; she was a resident, and she was like, "I need to see your chip key before you."
Where's yours?
Exactly, and that's what he said. And he's like, "I'm not telling you where I live. That is weird." And no, so she followed him upstairs, and he like had the video the entire time.
That's like that story of the, I'm not going to have any of the details. I am so sorry. It was a girl on a college campus, and a very similar thing happened to her. And like, what makes you think that you get to just ask people to see their... No.
Anything. How about you mind your own business?
Right.
Like, I just don't understand. I've never looked at someone
Are they
like...
trying to hurt you?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
If they're living their life, leave them alone. Like, who gives you the right or the authority to, like, do any of that? It's insane. So, like, that's why I started watching Public Freakouts, because I was like, or road rage freakouts. I've never been angry enough to stop my car in the middle of a highway and get into a screaming match with someone. I, like, yell a lot to myself.
Yeah, it's mostly yelling to myself. But, yeah.
I've never honked my horn, I don't think. I've honked my horn if, like if there's going to be, like, an accident and they're not paying attention, because I've done that before where they've, like, started going on a red light, and I'm like, honk my horn, like, stop.
Unfortunately, I've honked my horn quite a few times here in town, because we have a stop that's, it's a 3-way stop.
Okay.
And then when we're going, I don't know, towards, like, you know, where, like, the grocery store in Casey's is?
Uh-huh.
If you're going towards that, you don't have a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone assumes you're going to turn right there. And so they just go. And, like, when I take the boys to school, I don't have to turn.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always go straight. And so many times people have almost hit me there. So I lay on my horn because I'm like, I'm not going to get in an accident with my children in the car because you don't know how to stop at a stop sign.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I do that, like, now that we have a roundabout in Cedar Falls. I'm definitely, like, way more cautious of other people because people don't care. And it's so scary that they don't care. I'm like, I've seen people run red lights and not care. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to get in an accident. No. So that's another thing about the freakouts is, like, people just, like, getting very, very road ragey and like it's insane.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Alex has had someone follow him home before.
I had a truck, so I was like in the exit lane on the highway, and like there's only one exit lane. So I'm in it. Like, and this car was riding my butt. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to get out of the exit lane and keep going on the highway when I need to go on the exit? And so and they were like riding my butt. And then he went by and like flipped me off. And I was like, I don't know what you wanted me to do. I was going 5 miles over the speed limit. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't going, like, I don't know. I was very confused. And it was the first time I was actually scared because he was like following me.
Jeez,
and I was like,
insane.
I was like, I don't know where else like, if there's a slow lane, I get into it. Mm-hmm. If I see someone coming up behind me and I'm in a fast lane, I get over. There was only one lane, dude. I don't know where you wanted me to go.
Yeah, Alex had someone follow him home when we lived in Cedar Falls.
That's scary.
He also, I don't know, just like within the last 2 years probably, had someone stop and get out of the car and act like he wanted to fight him, and he's like, I'm not gonna do
for
this
what?
with you. Because he like pulled out in front of him or something. But it's always innocent. Like, the thing is, yes, I get road rage, as in I will yell in my car.
Yeah.
I won't do anything else.
No.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one time I was backing out of my driveway, and I have a backup camera. So I looked both ways, and I was looking at my backup camera. It's icy. I'm not going to hurry. So there's like a stoplight like 2 feet from our house. Well, someone had taken a right and then like went up on my butt because I was backing up my driveway. I'm like, I couldn't read your mind that you were taking a right onto the road.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, things happen.
Right.
Like, calm down.
Move on with your life.
Some people don't. It's insane.
People are crazy.
Yeah, so that's another thing you can find on Reddit. Crazy people.
But to bring it back around to books, there's quite a few book subreddits.
Yes, I follow just the book subreddit.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what it is. Book suggestions, I think, is one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can ask for suggestions of books and stuff. So I check those out frequently. Just because.
Actually, weirdly enough, the only subreddits I've ever commented on are the book ones.
There's a bookshelf one too, I think, where everyone shares what their bookshelves look like.
Oh, that's cute. I just talk about there's the books ones. Like, we talk about like books. Like, I always like, I don't know. It just feels like I think any book community is pretty like chill, and pretty nice. So I'm just like, I feel comfortable in like saying that.
Yes.
But I also love Reddit for just like I don't even know what to call it, trolly, funny things.
Oh my god.
Like that one I just showed you. Oh my gosh. It's just like, it's just the funny comments people say. It just gets me.
I think that's my funnest part, or my favorite part of Reddit is like reading through the comments.
Yes. I always watch something and I read through the comments.
Yep.
I love it. I'm like, yes. Like,
but that's why I like the book ones too, because then it's like people ask for a suggestion that's, books that are similar to this other book that they just read.
Because I do that.
What is similar to that? I would like to know too.
Yeah, because I do read something like that where I'm like, oh, I'm really craving this book and I've already read it. What are some different ones? So I try to go on Goodreads, but that's kind of hit or miss.
Right.
So yeah, I'd like to use that on something.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's rage.
So you finally watched Abducted in Plain Sight.
Yes, I did.
And the Ted Bundy tapes.
Yes, I did. And I also listened to the last podcast on the left where they raged about the Ted Bundy tapes.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. So which one do you want to talk about first? Bundy?
Yeah, let's talk about Bundy first.
So was there anything that made you mad in that? Other than, the fact that he's awful.
Well, the thing that he's awful, obviously. I think that, like, the last podcast on the left touched on it a lot. One, they don't talk about any of the murders, how horrendous or how like awful he is. And I understand that like it's about his tapes, but I don't know. It just like it not romanticized it, but it made it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was. And he was an awful man. You know what? He did awful things. Like, I don't want to go into it. Read the book. There's a book out there. And also, I think the last podcast on the left covers it if you want to hear the more detail. But, like, the things he did to women is horrendous. And they don't really touch on it a lot in the TED, how horrendous they were. And it's like, I don't know. He's an awful man, and I don't like that. I don't know. So our moms kind of grew up during that time, and I'm very curious. I want to ask if they were scared. We should. Because so as we're watching it, I didn't even think about that. One of his first victims, like they did show pictures of the women. And one of the first like set of women that they showed pictures of, I was like, she looks a lot like my mom. Like he had a type, and I feel like yours and mine, because they kind of look. Yeah. Okay. And so I was like, I'm really curious if they were scared or if they knew that it was going on at the time that it was going on. Because he was up in Minnesota. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of everywhere. Yeah, but he like went up there to like watch it. Like, I just know this from the Ted Bundy series on last podcast on the left. But he went up there to go to a football game, and he got into a bar fight while he had escaped from jail.
he did a lot of things when he escaped. But so that was one of the things that made me the most mad, though, is like he charmed everybody.
Yeah.
He charmed every single
Apparently,
person.
the judge that sentenced him said that he was a waste of potential, and they wish they would have got to him sooner because he would have been a great lawyer.
Right? I was like, you're saying this as you're sentencing him. You know
for
what he's
murdering
done.
all these women, and he will keep doing.
What
He
the hell is
showed.
wrong with you? Like, sorry, you're gonna have to bleep that one. But what is wrong with you?
No, yeah, like, well, and it's like, you know what he's done. You've seen what he's done. When he's escaped, he's done it again. Like, why is everyone so enamored with this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he's good looking, but I don't know. It's just,
right?
Like,
obviously not by today's standards, he's not. But I can see why they would have thought he was at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But as soon as someone said this is what, I don't know.
So, another thing that made me mad was they're interviewing a police officer after he escapes the first or second, I don't know, one of the times he escapes. And that guy's like laughing, like he thinks it's funny that he's escaped. He doesn't really think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I wanted to punch that guy. Like, part of it kind of seemed like it was nervous laughter, but hey, this is your job.
Yeah.
And you know this guy has murdered people and he's escaped from your prison.
Well, yeah, it's like all of a sudden they were like, where's Ted? He's missing.
Yeah.
And then he was allowed conjugal visits too.
Yeah, he was allowed a lot of things.
And it makes you think, like, the last podcast brought this up. They were like, if you want to show race and how people are treated, there you go.
Exactly.
Like, he was allowed to do so much. It's insane because he was good looking.
They
and
just
he was white.
left him alone in the, wasn't it like the library or something?
Yeah, it was the library.
Just left him alone.
I just don't understand it.
Oh, how's Ted doing? And the one guy thought it was funny, too. He was like, oh, I just like to make jokes. And so I was like, oh, it's not my turn to watch him.
He's a serial killer. Like, I just don't understand it. Oh. And like, I don't know about the movie coming out. I'm not sure about it. I don't know if I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be like. I heard people who have watched it said it's very like, I don't know the genre. I'm not a film person, but it's jump cutty and very like very that genre, but it's not very serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not going to judge it until it comes out, obviously.
Right.
But I'm very
It is
curious.
really disturbing to me, though, how much Zac Efron looks like him in that movie.
Right.
It freaks me out.
I don't like it, and I feel like it's going to make me not like him.
You can tell he did his
Homework,
research and stuff, and he
yeah.
really, like, figured out the mannerisms and stuff so that he could look more like him.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's so unsettling.
It is. I don't like it. And then the other one, the one that I did rage a lot, and I was like, I sent you
ragey about
Snapchats,
it.
and I was like yelling at my laptop.
So it's Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix.
And didn't you say that didn't something?
What? Oh yeah. So there's a subreddit for this.
Yes.
And someone commented and said they went to school with Jan, the girl that the documentary is about. Mm-hmm. They went to school with her, elementary school, whatever. They were in the same grade. And there was another girl in their same class who actually had the exact same birthday as Jan, which is super weird.
That is super weird.
Who went missing around the same time that Jan went missing. And Ted Bundy actually admitted to killing her.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of people that don't believe that he did, but he did admit to doing it.
Yeah. So there's that.
That's like that was like the worst place to be.
Right? It's like, don't be there.
Two girls in the same class with the same birthday.
Yeah. Well, and then, so Abducted in Plain Sight is about a girl, Jan, who gets abducted. And the thing is, the mom was like, oh, we lived in the safest neighborhood. Everyone left their doors unlocked. It's like, excuse me?
There's victim blaming, and then there's this. And
yes.
Her parents let it happen. I will fight.
They were very,
anyone on this.
Okay, yeah. Basically, when you're listening to the whole documentary, the only person that has any sense is the FBI agent, who is just like, he
tried helping them.
He tried so hard. He gave them advice. They wanted to protect themselves, and they didn't want to believe what was happening to them, and they didn't want to basically face reality. They wanted to live in La La Land and be naive, and it is insane to me.
Yeah, I just don't, I don't think anyone could watch this and come out of it thinking that the parents aren't responsible.
No. And I know they blame themselves. I know that the daughter is getting past it because it's what she has to do for herself, and they're her parents. I get it. But they should carry that guilt. They should be upset.
Yes, because they let it happen more than once.
Yes.
Which is the worst part of it all.
Yeah. Is that it's just so insane.
Yes.
And it sucks because, for a while, they blamed her and they were mad at her. But it's if you would have just looked into what was going on with your daughter and put the connections together and not let some of the things happen that you let happen, let an older man lay in her bed with her.
Yes.
Are you joking me? I just don't get it. It's very triggering. It's freaking frustrating to me.
I think a lot of the issues surrounding this have to do with the religion that they were a part of.
Yeah, because the guy was also a part of the religion.
Yeah, and the religion is so isolating. And, if someone needs to get counseling or something, it's done within the church. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, it's just so isolating.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to, because they said, even when he got back from kidnapping her, that the first time that he went to church and everyone said, we believe in you and we're here for you, and it's but he was just using it. He was just using it as a way to get to that girl.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Exactly.
And, Jan was not the first girl or the last girl that this happened
to. Which is so sad.
Because if her parents would have done something, it could have saved other girls. Mm-hmm. It's so frustrating. I'm still so heated about it, and I watched it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And it's just, I just don't even know, you have no words. You're frustrated, but you can't do anything about it. It's just okay, I just watched that, and now I'm just angry.
Yes. And I don't know if, when you were watching it, if you had to pause it.
Yeah, I paused it, remember? Because then I was sending you Snapchats, because I was
there was just so many moments I paused it, because Alex and I watched it together, and I looked at him, and I was like, what are we watching?
Yeah.
What is this? What is this? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people, too, in the subreddit that said they had to stop watching after a certain point. They just couldn't take it anymore.
Really?
Because it's just so messed up. And, the other thing that drove me nuts about her parents is, they were never, it just doesn't seem like they were upset at all about what happened to Jan. They were upset about what this did to their marriage.
Yeah. And I also think they cared more about what people thought about them.
Yes.
Because it took them 2 weeks to call, because they didn't want to tell anybody in the community. When she was gone, we told her that she was off living with someone else when she was kidnapped.
Right. What are you doing?
Even the guy was like, that's your daughter. Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Then, so they also play the recording from when Jan calls home.
Yeah.
The only sensible person on that phone call was her sister. Her younger sister, this little girl, is crying on the phone because she's excited to hear from her sister. Mm-hmm. And the parents get on and they're just oh, so what are you doing? Oh,
yeah. And it's also creepy because he did tape recordings.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, the whole thing is very unsettling.
Yes.
Just like the Ted Bundy thing. It's just, it's messed up. I mean, if you're going to watch it, go into it knowing you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset.
Go to the subreddit and let out your feelings.
But at the same time, just watch it. I mean,
geez, I hope it educates someone.
Right.
Because it scares me. There's probably people out there like that that are still out there.
Like I said, some religions are so isolating. I feel like this stuff can happen now.
And some people are naive.
Yeah.
I always think, research, question, and...
Well, not just religions, but,
people in general.
Communities. Some communities are just so isolating and tiny. Just
where I came from.
Oh, God.
And then there's two other ones. I don't know if we've ever talked about them before, but the Amanda Knox one and then the Audrey and Daisy one. Aubrey and Daisy, I think. I can't remember if it's Aubrey, but...
Shoot. Aubrey? I don't remember either.
But the Amanda Knox one is just interesting.
It is. It's very interesting.
It's Audrey. It's Audrey and Daisy.
Okay.
That one's just interesting. It was interesting to me because the media played such a role into it, and also different cultures played a different role into it. And I don't know. I was frustrated about the whole thing, how she was treated, and it's how people perceive. You can't just perceive people in one way without knowing.
Right. But what? what happened? You know, isn't that another one? You end it and you're just like,
yeah.
So, but what happened? Like,
I don't think she did it.
I don't either.
I think that her roommate had a guy over and that happened. I honestly think that. I think the drifter theory or whatever that was. I can't remember if it was a drifter or like a boy. But yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah.
And then the Audrey and Daisy one just makes me angry. That's another one I just want to rage about.
It just makes you so
It kind of reminds me of the Moxie movie in a way, or the book in a way, because it's about people being in sports teams from small towns, and because they're good at football, they get away with things.
And they're protected.
And they're protected by the community. And coming from a small town that made football a very big deal, it's scary.
Yep,
it's very scary. Because I used to love watching football. Now I think, what happened if that would have happened to me?
Yeah.
The whole entire town comes out for football. You paint the roads for football. I was in that kind of town.
Yeah.
And it's insane to me that
Still am.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Cedar Falls might be. I don't know. But it's just insane to me that these poor girls were, like, chased out of their homes and just taken, like, just treated like crap. I mean, there's the one thing that made it real was there was a video of the officer getting interviewed and basically having no remorse for her. And I was like, wow, that's a thing. Yeah. That's a thing that's happening now. Because a lot of these things we're looking back. This is happening now. This is now.
And a lot of the stuff is bullying, like within the kids, whatever, like the high school kids. I'm terrified to have children right now. Like, I just can't imagine some of the bullying stuff that they are going to have to go through. And like,
well, because now it doesn't end at school like it did for us.
No,
it goes home with you. It's everywhere.
It's on your phone. It's right there.
Yeah, I just think like every single. I mean, not that I've had bad comments about me by any means, but I mean, I know other influencers like every day. Now just think of that. Only you know every single face, and you have to see that face at school.
Right.
And at school it happens, and it's awful. And I don't know. I have no answers for it. Unfortunately,
it's just so rage-inducing. It's just so
exactly, because what if it happens to your sons? Like, I would want to go to that school and yell at the parents.
And like the other thing is the other side of it. You know, you don't want your kid to get bullied, but at the same time, I don't want them to be a bully.
No,
like, we've tried. You know, we've been talking to them about this kind of stuff from the beginning. Like, you have to be nice to everybody. Like, even if you don't like someone, you have to respect them.
Yeah. And it's such a hard thing, because like I don't know, because it reminds me of like I can't remember what that movie's called, Cyberbully or something like that. But yeah, it's I know people are like, oh, you know, and I know adults are coming from like this area, maybe not. I say adults, we're adults, like people of older generations, like maybe the baby boomer, don't understand it quite. But I think we are in the unique situation where we've gone from nothing to everything, no internet, no nothing, to all this connectivity. So it's like, I totally get it. And I'm trying, like, I don't know what I would do. Yeah. It's like, you have to ignore it, which is very, very hard. I think that.
Well, it's at your fingertips. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you can ignore it, but at the same time, you know it's there. So in the back of your head, it's like, go look at it. Go see what they're saying. Go whatever. So even if you delete the apps and whatever, it's right there. Just pick up your phone and download the app, and then then it's there.
And if you go to school, people are going to talk to you about it because it's there.
Right.
And so I don't know. I have no answers. I have no solutions. I've got nothing.
It's awful.
I don't know how to.
I don't want to end this podcast going, the world sucks, but here we are.
Sometimes the internet's really, really funny, and then other times it sucks, and you just gotta like ignore the suck and enjoy the funny. I don't know. That's kind of what I do when I see, like, I get so to Twitter. Like, I am a big Twitter person because it is where the crap is, but it also is very, very funny. So I have to just kind of, that's why there's a mute button. That's why there's a block on most all social medias. There's a mute and there's a block, and you use it, and you try to focus on the funny, and that's basically it. But there are going to be people out there in the world that you don't agree with. I think the best thing you can try to do is be a person who's open-minded and is good at compromise. Right. Because you're never going to force anyone to see how you're going to see it. But I think if you can just agree to disagree or come to a compromise and still be human on a human level, like, I think that's all you can do. But I don't know. High school, I mean, high school was awful for me because I learned at a young age to make a joke out of everything. And then instead of laughing at you, they're laughing with you if you make a joke of something. So I learned that rule. So I was a class clown because I was like, that's the safest route. But I know other people that were a bully, you know? So it's like...
I don't think my high school experience was awful, but I would never do it again.
You couldn't pay me enough to go back. Like, Never Been Kissed, that movie? I don't want to go back.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's going to be more vicious.
Yeah. If you went back now, could you imagine?
Oh, I would get picked on hardcore. I'm a nerd.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think if I went back now, I would be more me, which means I would probably be picked on.
Yeah, because I think back then we were good at good at being chameleons, blending into our surroundings. Under the radar. Exactly.
I know if I went back for like a reunion, half the people wouldn't even remember who I was. Yeah, which I'm totally fine with.
You had a bigger class than I did,
but yeah,
I only had 50.
I had 120.
Jeez,
but. Yeah, which isn't even that big.
No, really. I can't believe when people say they have like 300. I'm like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if I had to go back for some ridiculous reason, I would be a nerd.
Yeah. I mean, we were nerds. Let's be completely honest.
But we are closet nerds.
Yeah. I mean,
at least I was.
I read a lot. And I also, but see, like, I'm an only child, so it just kind of like, I kind of like kept to myself a lot. I think you did too a little bit because you weren't an only child, but like, I don't know. I just did my own thing. I was
always quiet.
I think the only thing I liked that I didn't care about what other people thought of me, and I'm trying to get back to that because social media does like influence that a lot. You see, beautiful pictures online of beautiful people, and you got to remember that that's doctored and it's not real, and you just got to love yourself.
Everybody's showing their best side.
Exactly. That's why you come here, so you can hear us rant about the worst sides. But yeah, I don't know. So I want some Netflix or show recommendations because we need something to do on the next chats.
Well, everyone needs to go watch Love Island season 1. Yes. Report back.
Watch all the Netflix shows we raged about, and if you have any others, let us know because it makes me mad to watch those, but also I like to be informed and I like to watch that kind of stuff.
But I think maybe that's why I'm loving Love Island so much because I watch so many of those like true crime documentaries that it's just like what.
And this is just so light and happy and fun, and it's just
even when people are like arguing,
but they're not fighting. They're not like physical. It's not like a heated thing. It's like they're arguing and then they walk away and then they figure it out, and it's very adult of them, and I kind of like that. So yeah, watch that. Send us some like of your favorite shows.
Yeah. Well, if you watch Love Island, I want to know everyone's favorite person.
Yes, Love Island season 1. Don't spoil anything for her, please.
I've got 2 episodes left. I'll probably finish.
No, I mean
tonight,
for the other seasons.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because we're gonna start watching season 2. And then I want to know if you watch any other British shows.
Yeah.
Like if
have you ever watched The Great British Bake Off?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
Me too, and I've never watched it.
Yeah, we should start watching that.
I feel like that's our next one.
Like next episode, we're talking in British accents, like drinking tea with tea.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have to. When is tea time? I have questions. Maybe we need to have a British episode because I have questions. Like when is tea time?
We need to do some research.
When is tea time? Everyone says that they have
tea at like. I feel like it's early afternoon, like 1 or 2. And I could be totally off.
We're gonna put it in the books. Let us know if you want us to do an English.
Did I read something? But I feel like they have like breakfast and then they have tea and that's like lunchish and then they don't have dinner until later. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay, we're gonna have a British episode because I want to read like books from there, that are like set over there because I was. Random, this girl on one of my Facebook groups, she said, oh, this is a really good book, but none of this would ever happen in the UK. And I want to be like, let's friend each other, and then you explain to me why.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's right. A lot of books that I read, I don't realize when they're contemporary that they're, based here. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to read books that are based over there. So we should do that. We're going to have it. We're going to have a British. And we're going to have tea and crumpets. Is that a thing?
Crumpets.
I don't know. Do they have a song? Like we have the Star Spangled Banner. Do they have a song that they sing?
Probably. It's probably about the Queen or something. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm an ignorant American. I'm sorry.
Right? Well, we'll have an episode because I think people would be interested.
Yeah.
We can talk about TV shows and podcasts and books.
And it's all going to be happy stuff.
Yeah, it's all going to be happy. No depressing stuff like this
rage.
chat. We started off good. I mean, sometimes I dabbled a little darkness in there, you know. Just bloop.
It ended well.
It did. Okay, well, we better get going. We've got more tea to drink and books to read. You can find us on all the social medias. Our Twitter and Instagram are ourlifeandbooks_, and our Facebook group, Our Life in Books. Come join us.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. And you can find our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Mine is my blog is SamanthaMcCombs.com, and you can find me Samantha McCombs on Twitter and Bookish State of Mind on Instagram and Facebook.
Yay! I am Bookish Connoisseur on Instagram. BookishConnoisseur.com is my blog. I'm on Twitter, Bookish Buff, because Bookish Connoisseur is too long.
And I'm Samantha McCombs on Twitter because I've had it since Twitter began. The links will be all down below. Thanks for watching. Good job, Samantha. You can leave
Thanks for
now.
watching with your ears.
Thank you for watching us intently with your ears. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.